must not be in the office of the finance in the executive. Why? Because judiciary, parliament, executive at par.
Yes.
There are three arms of government. No one is greater than the other. No
yes.
one should have more powers than the other. The chapter 12 says, the National Treasury shall be an independent body, that everybody shall send their manifesto, their budget for financing. Why is Ruto not doing what President Ruto not doing what he wrote in the manifesto? Because now he has the National Treasury in his pocket. He has gone away.
To have in your pocket.
Yes, he has gone away from the project.
Have that in my pocket.
Yes,
but he has gone away from all the development agendas that he had put in his manifesto. Now he's streaming money to one account, doing nothing. You see, I think Okiya Omtatah is being traced in besiege because of this, and it is high time to understand that Okiya Omtatah is not fighting for. He's not against President William Ruto, because President William Ruto, not unless they change the constitution for 25 years, he's here to go and pass. We'll have another president. Are we going to continue suffering because the president cannot give the judiciary their money on time, cannot give parliament money on time, cannot give even nurses money on time? Because these are budgetary things.
Yes.
Everyone should write a budget to the National Treasury. And I think that is a very important point everyone should understand.
All right. Chapter 12 of the Kenyan Constitution speaks of public finance, including what Dennis Kimani has said there, so you can check it out for yourself.
About 25 years, it's an issue that is neither here nor there.
Yes.
I appreciate the editors for not including it.
Yeah, I think we have to commend them for that. It doesn't show as a headline in any of the stories.
It does not feature either in the front, in the center, or the end of any of the dailies.
Yes.
We need to. It's an issue that does not deserve our
airtime. It's a non-issue. Yeah.
Because as per law today, a president or any elected official is only guaranteed a 5-year tenure, and if
maximum.
The only guarantee is the one that you're already there.
Oh, yeah.
The other one is for Wanjiku to decide.
Yes.
Secondly, if you are not impeached, because that is what we forget, you are not even guaranteed even for those 5 years. Bwana Muhindi, you are talking about 25 years.
Yes.
Uhuru was not guaranteed for the 10 years. Ruto is not guaranteed even for these 5 years. We may decide to even impeach him.
But he's a good president. We want him for longer. We want
good
him for
president on what?
Want him for
on what
30 plus years, man.
No, you have never said
on what purposes.
You are now on record. You are now on record.
No, I am not quoting. That's not me. That's from one of the. That's from one of the.
Ruto is a good president.
The fear has gone. The fear is gone.
The clouds are gathering. That's from one of the members of parliament of West Pokot, actually, who said that it shouldn't be even 25 years. Alisema hata mambo ya 25 for chana. He should just rule. And if it's good, mbona mnakataa kitu mzuri? I'm asking you as a moderator. Mbona mnakataa kitu mzuri?
Hatujakataa kitu mzuri. Those who envisioned and wrote our constitution knew that power, you can get drunk with power. We need to limit the level of darkness.
Yeah.
I'm not talking only about the presidency. You know, if we just change the term limits of the president, that means that even the senators will say, we also deserve to go to a 7-year tenure.
Yeah.
The governor will say, we need to go a 10-year tenure.
Yeah,
we cannot change the basic structure of our constitution as per the Supreme Court ruling that turned down BBI.
And to add on that, on the Daily Nation, of my opinion, why I'm against the 25-year limit is because my own opinion is that the problem of Kenya is not because of the millennials, as Jay-Z's. It is because of our fathers. Those are the people who are now grabbing Kenya, who are now corrupt. But lessons from the Senegal poll for young Africans.
Yes.
Now we are having people like David Didi Nyoro, who is being used like a the donkey carrot phenomenon. You have been put a carrot there, like a donkey. You can put a carrot in front of a donkey, and it will follow the carrot forever. Because it thinks it will get the carrot. Listen, Goja nikwambie. If Didi Nyoro is the future, he should be talking about what we are suffering now. You should be talking about Mount Kenya now. Remember, Gachagua is not anywhere.
we agree on that.
He came with the sweeters. When you go to Russia, the men who comes with the men, they find the lady with their men. But Gachagua came with those people. Who is he talking for? He never talks for Mount Kenya.
I think it is. You have stated well.
I love that. He's
That
not speaking from
we
Mount Kenya.
need to go what other African nations are doing. Youthful leaders.
Yes.
But then, when we come to implementing the youth leaders, we start removing clothes on leaders who are trying to survive. You know, Kenyan's politics, you need a lot of money. Money that even Didi does not have, or even Rigiji cannot smell of, even getting near. Secondly, you need support from your people. Endorsements. And this is what we are calling a generational conversation.
Where do you need
It
money?
may not be Dindi, it may be you or him. But
Where
we
do you
need to
need
have
money?
a conversation about the youth taking leadership. It may not be Dindi who is going to be the next president.
So we
but we can
never have a
have
youth. We'll never have a youth who is a president because you don't have money. If you put money in the equation, then
we must put
that
money in
that
the
is
equation.
how we
Continuing
fuel
a
corruption.
generational problem.
That's how Chepukati was bought without money.
I would-
But then
I-
what
I
is
would
the
say
use of the
this,
money in our politics?
I would say this, for money is important, but you don't have to have that money in your pocket. You can be wise. Even you look at Senegal.
Do you agree
You look at
Didi Nyoro
other.
has voice?
Of course he do.
Do you agree Didi
He's,
Nyoro has
he's
agenda?
the chair of
But
the
if,
budget committee.
gents, if we are picking a lesson from Senegal in terms of the young people getting into leadership, clearly it's possible to do that outside of that culture.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It is, but remember, why did the young people do that? It's the Senegal story is equivalent to the Kenyan story. He was in Azimio.
Yeah.
People did not vote Raila because he was still in the government. He was voted not because he's young. He was voted because the preferred presidential candidate was not allowed to vie, and he's the current prime minister. You know, we are celebrating, and we need to give credit where it's
Why?
due.
Why?
The
why-
president.
Sonko,
The
Sonko
current-
of Senegal, Sonko of Senegal,
Yes.
at one time was working with the
Current regime.
the
Previous
president who was removed.
Yes.
You see, they were working until they could not agree anymore. So Sonko had to go because he had the power to rescue Senegal. So Didi Nyoro, if he has the power and the willingness to rescue
Address
Kenya,
indirectly.
So-
the willingness to restore Kenya, he should go for it now.
Go on his own path.
Si ati ambiwe, I will use you like a walking stick. I go for 10 years,
And then you kuachilia.
alafu nikuachilie.
I'll ask a simple
So-
I will be on my age. I will be on my age.
Listen,
I will be on my
listen,
age.
listen. We don't have much time. It's 9:50 in the morning. On the question of politics and power, we can discuss on and on and on. And I want us to wrap it up with just one comment each because it's just 2 minutes before we wrap this up. On front of the Daily Nation, still hatukupenda hiyo story, lakini tuiguzie tu kidogo. The question of 2027 and the UDA plan. President William Ruto wants him again still continues that conversation of extension of power, kutawala zaidi. He wants UDA to become one party, and then all the other coalitions under Kenya Kwanza zifold, zote zijoin UDA. And we are seeing here, as you said, sijui mbona Gachagua kwa hapo na hana party, but we have Musalia Mudavadi from ANC who's very willing. Ford Moses Wetangula, who's been in the opposition for the longest, yeye amekataa, ana play hard to get. What do you have to say on that as we wrap it?
Multi-party is something that was fought for with bloodshed and a lot of years of struggle. It costed a lot of lives for our Kenyan people and a lot of resources because business had to be closed down for sabasabas and stuff. We cannot afford to just append a signature to kill multipartyism.
Yeah.
Even if UDA wants to merge, let them do that, not under duress or sabotaging people or telling them that if you don't do this, this will happen. I know they're headed to the elections, and the question is if UDA Ford Kenya folds and Chama ya Prime Minister folds, and they have already elected individuals, would it not be good to wait for postpone the election so that all parties can be on board, so that you can do your grassroots election? But at the same time, I wish to also congratulate and also wish all the best to my members. I have friends who are vying in these elections. I also have friends who are vying in ODM. So generally, I wish to tell that all the youths who have risen and woken up, speaking truth to power and going to grab that power, all the best as you go to fight for your space in these political parties. It's not going to be a easy war. It's going to be a tough one, but I wish you all the best.
Right. I endorse that message. Youth men, take up this position and take up the chance to go to this party primaries, vie for a position. Ingia pale kama sekjen, ingia pale, alafu tuanze hiyo change from within.
Me, I think I won't talk much about this. The patent issues now in Kenya is about the African Union. What do you think? Politics will change shape after Raila either goes to AU or stays back. So these are 2027 is not a lot. I think these people should be talking about how to help Raila Odinga become the African Union so that we can strengthen. But
so you're saying the question of 2027 can only be discussed after we know what happens to Raila.
Exactly.
Raila is the big cornerstone.
Yes, that is the politician. Again, to say on this,
Right.
these people who are here, they are seniors to Sakaja. They are put on the front page, but the guy is on the back page. So let them advise, as they continue doing their politics, they remember that Sakaja is running a capital city. The city under the sun will only continue shining in the world, being an envy from the other cities if we create order. He came with a good theme. Lazima ita work, but it's not working.
I work.
I will tell you why it's not working. Currently, he has refused to sign the handing over of City Park Forest to Kenya Forest Service so that we can rehabilitate the forest. That is one thing. The green spaces in Nairobi are the things that make Nairobi an outshining city all over the world.
Yeah.
Again, not going to the Senate after the eyes on the NASA eyes on the corruption he has been doing with the advocates.
Yeah.
That was a very bad thing because he faked a travel, and yet I saw the letter from the Auditor General. It came even 2 weeks before the report was was out. So I think Sakaja is doing some things that are not good
For the capital
and
city
seeing
of
a
the
lot
republic,
of
yes.
cases. Imagine someone who applied for a job in the county government, losing on being shortlisted, goes to the national to the Environment and Lands Court to complain he was not he never got a job, and then you see the amount of money Sakaja is paying to advocates, sums of 110 million
against someone who was
lost a job.
Who lost a job worth 19,000 Kenyan shillings.
Imagine.
Like that, yeah?
You see,
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So there's much to do in the Republic, clearly. According to the stories of the day, let's know what your thoughts are on social platforms. Guys, unfortunately, there will not be any comment that we can take in because of time, but just maybe one last statement on the state of the nation. Please make it as short as 10 seconds. Let's start with Kimani Wachira.
I'll use my time to maybe end with a quote from the elders. A man who focuses on beauty when marrying will end up, who only focuses on beauty when marrying may end up marrying a beautiful problem. I'm Kimani Wachira. After this, I'm headed to my business. Come support us. We do 3D signage at using Aruko board and other materials such as Colbert at Nairobi. Thank you.
All right. Deno?
as for me, I want to tell youths, Dedan Kimathi fought for Kenya when he was a youth. Wangari Maathai was fighting for Kenya when she was a youth. The only people who can bring change in this Kenya, it is youth of today. Please let us rise. We don't have to wait for 2027. Put your voice now. It is needed now. Please, let's wake up, youths of Kenya. Thank you.
Asante
Get
sana.
up. Let me give a shout out to Sheni Jane who brought me here, and the entire Kimani Wachira family, because they make me who I am.
All right.
The community.
Thank you very much for creating time here. Debbie Rono, great show. Always looking forward to newspaper review. We TV. Ojwang Mariam is watching from Runda Inside. Asante sana for all those who tuned into the show at KUTV Kenya, at Richard_Kenya is how you find me on all social platforms. Maybe let me compliment the quote that Kimani Wachira gave on marrying a beautiful woman. The man who marries a beautiful woman and the farmer who grows maize by the roadside have the same problem. Think about it. The back of the Business Daily has the last word. You cannot wish for both strong character and an easy life. The price of each is the other. You cannot wish for both a strong character and an easy life. The price for each is the other. Think about it as you go out your week. May your profits be high, may your jokes be higher, so they can laugh all the way to the bank. My name is Richard OKENYE. I'll see you again.
First thing I wanna do is say what up to T.I. king of the South. Now everybody see why. I'm just driving and thinking how I survived.